Noah Antwiler, better known as the Spoony One, was an internet personality from the before times. Best known for his witty, rash, and cynical reviews, often mixed with a variety of subjects and matters, some ranging from video games, others obscure movies, even down to tales of his D&D campaign. Nothing was ever safe from his smooth, hyperbolic, over-the-top, screechy ramblings. Perhaps some others better remember him from his time spent on the website That Guy with the Glasses, ran by Doug Walker of notable Chad nostalgia critic fame. Doug happily invited Spoony on as one of the earlier members of this blossoming website, alongside other reviewers of the time like Angry Alejandro.
Straight up with me, disrespecting me. You see it in his eyes.
And of course, the Lightbringer. His time there provided beneficial due to the steady increase of eyes. Oh, what's that? Why did Spoony flee from YouTube? Well, simple. YouTube was pulling an Amber Heard at the moment, and experiencing the first of its mini ad-apocalypse, which threatened to, derail his becoming YouTube channel. Thanks to those copyright strikes that were falsely put against him, Spoony would also start his own site, aptly named the Spoony Experiment. From there, he skyrocketed into the atmosphere of early internet fame. Sadly, however, much like the Space Shuttle Challenger, this rocket was doomed to explode, and everybody was going to watch. Before we can talk about how we would redeem Spoony, let's talk quickly on what he did wrong. Now, what Noah did wrong is a multi-leveled question, and much like every other MLM, they're designed to fuck you. So let's talk about the ways he's fucked himself real quick, shall we? Spoony got himself into a nasty habit of creating longer-winded, unedited, free-form content such as Wrestle, where if you didn't grow up a die-hard Wrestle fan, you'd be lost. Another example would be his infamous Twilight vlogs with his ex April. Those turned into the ending of Demon Slayer real quick. They got shitty. It was okay at first, but ultimately, people stopped really being about that when his regular reviews started coming out less and less. Now this one can be a little touchy for content creators online because on one hand, you can say whatever you want, but on the other hand, you have to be prepared to deal with the fallout from those words. In this case, Noah saying weird, cringe, snuggle struggle shit to people on Twitter comes with consequences. You also can't be paid by a company to go to a convention to talk about how the game they're paying you to promote has betrayed you. Use your head, man. You represent a company, and more importantly, you're representing yourself. Now this one's still a head scratcher because Spoony, you knew you had zero ideas for a movie.
Brilliant. I have absolutely no idea what's going on.
I don't know why you let your ego or your bravado on the internet or whatever it may be tell you that you should put a movie as a Patreon goal. You didn't have anything written, you didn't have any ideas, and most importantly, you could barely put up a review at that point in time. How could we expect you to put up a movie? Yet, people did. People gave you money to put up a review. And now, personally, I believe you can't give those people their money back because you spent it on stupid shit. However, there might be another way for you to pay the lovely people back. Maybe you could deliver a product in other ways. Perhaps more reviews? So this one I'm going to be quick on. I'm going to speedrun it like I've been speedrunning this entire thing. How can you be a critic that can't handle criticisms? This is such an oxymoron. Big on the moron part. First off, does he deserve a redemption? I don't know. He's kind of a Spire expert, but enough people online reminisce over his content, so there would be an audience willing to watch. If we were the ones going to save this flaming shit show on the side of the road, this is how I'd implement my plan. The fans have spoken, Noah, and they want the witty, scripted reviews to return. Despite some of your fans being well receptive to the freer former content, the core audience wants something familiar. I would suggest Harvester because of how it fits right into his wheelhouse of content. cut the fluff with the vlogs and all those extra shows, if you can really even call them that, and dedicate yourself to what got you an audience to begin with. I think step 2 is going to be more complicated than step 1 or the other 2 steps coming up, but as the content starts to flow again after Harvester, I believe another Final Fantasy review would be able to do the trick to quench the thirst of the dehydrated, brain-rotted masses. However, I think in this phase, it would be time to reach out to anyone willing to work with you again, Noah. The Lightbringer is too much of a dick sitter, Soy Boy Bottom, to work with you after what you said, so we can kinda wipe that one off the table. Doug, however, seems reasonable. And if that bridge hasn't been completely burned to the ground, perhaps, and big emphasis on perhaps, he would be willing to do a crossover with you like they did back in the old days. That could help get some more views, that could help get some more eyes, and overall, that could probably bring up the morale from both outside, like your fans, and inside, like the people you plan on working with or working around in the future. Now, just like how step 2, I believe, is going to be the hardest to implement overall, I think step 3 is going to be the hardest for Noah to implement for himself. Honestly, in fact, you shouldn't even be running your own Twitter at all, thanks to the level 23 spider expert you've just shown us you are. Did you know this man made a Twitter for his dog and used it to talk shit? Moving on, stop distracting yourself, Spoony. So just like the last 2 were going to be very important, I think this final step might kill Spoony before he even manages to get it down. Everything I've broken down so far is simply Spoony refusing to focus on the thing that gained him traction in the first place. You lack focus, Noah. Compile that with not taking your meds and wanting to say whatever the fuck you want online, and well, goddamn it, of course no one's gonna be able to save you, bro. I mean, damn, not even Naruto's gonna be able to come over and talk no jutsu you out of this one, bro. You gotta focus on the thing that people want to see. It really is that easy, Noah. You gotta focus. With everything said and done, and probably Spoony's best years behind him now, it's going to take time for the fans to trust him again, or even want to really commit to him anymore. However, there is still a core fan base out there for Spoony. With the amount of attention re-uploads have gotten over the years, clearly there are people on the internet who want to remember him. Could it be because of the member berries? Perhaps. I know that's the only reason I'm talking about him. Either way, time heals all wounds, and we will find out if Spoony would be able to come back.